Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Boom Beachers. That Hippie X back with another addition to the Boom Beach Playbook 2.0. Today, we're going to be breaking down the 3 o'clock core rush with AZ Bullit on Dioxin. Yeah, you heard that right. 3 o'clock core rush with AZ Bullit. Let's go ahead and check it out, shall we? Now, before we get started, I am going to pause it right here so we can take a quick look around this layout while also giving us the chance to learn the path that we're going to be using today. Now, at first glance, I bet a bunch of you are probably thinking to yourselves, this layout doesn't look too bad. What's wrong with the standard approach? Well, there's one problem. Here in Angry Dragons, we do every single hit unboosted. And right now, it looks like a 5-shot core rush from 9 o'clock. And that's way too much GBE needed for an unboosted hit. So, with unboosted hits, sometimes we got to get creative and find different strategies and new paths and whatnot. So, disclaimer guys, I did not create this hit. I just put my little touch on it. So before I show you this, if you would, please look to the right side of your screen. This is the path that we're going to be using today. Now, it's pretty much a diagonal path up to right above the 9 o'clock corner of this machine gun. Then we're going to reflare our troops right behind the defensive building damage statue, and then we're going to rip the core. Now that you've seen the path, let me show you the hit. We started off with a flare landing. Then we flare up. And then up again. Now we begin our journey. Oh man, lost a big chunk of my troops. Bam. Beautifully done, right? Now comes the fun part. Now we get to break this hit down. First, we start off with a pretty standard flare landing. The reason for this flare landing is just so we can get our troops stacked nice and tight. From here, there is usually 2 power cells right between this power cell and this sniper tower right here. Normally, we'd flare to the right of those 2 power cells, but since they're not here, we had to find a different one. Now, this second up flare is the same up flare that you're going to use every single time. Right below this 6-pack of machine guns. Now I slowed it down right here because this is the most important part of this hit. You see how I reflared immediately through my smokes and immediately through my shock to shock Bullit exactly where I wanted him. If he's below the 9 o'clock corner of that bottom left machine gun, this top right machine gun will not be taunted. That's very important to know. Flare the core. Now comes my shock. I knew these 2 mortars right here were going to instantly fire on Bullit, so I really wasn't too worried about shocking them or throwing crits to distract them. Boom. Bam. Green eggs and ham. I love seeing that green smoke. Woo! All right, one more time if you guys don't mind. Now, while I'm stacking my troops, as I mentioned before, there's going to be 2 power cells pretty much in line with this row of power cells right here. There's going to be 2 power cells right between this one and this sniper tower. You're going to flare right to the right of those normally. But since it's not here, of course, you know we had to get creative. Now, as soon as they reach that flare point, I'm going to flare up. To be honest with you guys, I could have avoided this peak. Looks like Tiffany and her friends were still drunk from the night before. But this was my first time ever performing this hit. So don't judge me, guys. Watch the order of succession. Flare, smoke, smoke, shock, flare. Oh my goodness, that is a thing of beauty. You'd think that even after losing that little chunk of bazookas, I wouldn't do that much damage, but man, bazookas ripped that core, and that was unboosted at that. Even more impressive, guys. So, if you're in an unboosted task force, in a training task force, this is perfect for reducing shocks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, guys, that Hippie X is out.